Desperate search continues. Police in Gainesville trying to find this man after 4 attacks on young women. And tonight, the first-hand account from a young man who helped save the very first victim. Well, hundreds of tips, phone calls from frantic parents, detectives from several different agencies are still sorting through it all, trying to find whoever's responsible for terrorizing the Gainesville campus.
Tonight, we're also hearing for the first time from a Good Samaritan who helped save the first of 4 women attacked.
Immediately, this big, large man just bolts out of the bushes, and I chase him for a little bit, and I look to my left after I get to the end of that alleyway, and there's just a girl laying there in a heap.
Well, police say that young man, Trevor Carlton, helped chase the attacker away near his own apartment just north of the school. Channel 4's Vic Micolucci continues to cover this developing story in Gainesville and has more on what that Good Samaritan had to say.
This man told me he is no hero. He was simply there at a time of need, and him helping out is something he hopes anybody else in that situation would have done. But police say what he did could have very well saved this woman's life.
Me and my girlfriend were just laying in our room hanging out. We heard about 2 screams, and by the second scream, you could really tell it was someone who needed help.
These were loud.
Yeah, loud, pretty gut-wrenching screams, like she was gathering all her strength to scream.
19-year-old Trevor Carlton says that is when he grabbed a kitchen knife and ran outside to help.
He was in this bush.
Mm-hmm. He was
and she was too?
Yeah, she was laying on her back, just in that bush, just crumpled into it. And she had twigs sticking out of her hair.
What was he doing?
I actually, before I came out here, I looked out the window and just saw a body moving. I didn't really know what he was doing. He was obviously on top of her.
Carlton says the woman's face was bloody. She was going in and out of consciousness. Her top was pulled down and her dress was ripped. That was the first of 4 eerily similar attacks. Police have launched an all-out manhunt for the suspect, possibly seen in this surveillance video. They say so far they've gotten hundreds of tips.
And we want more tips. We're getting information in around the clock. We have detectives that are working around the clock, and we are taking each individual lead and working it out. If it turns out to be nothing, fine. We're documenting everything.
Meanwhile, students are banding together to protect each other. Last night, scores of volunteers from the fraternities escorted women home.
Anytime that a girl was by herself, we would ask her if she needed some assistance and getting to where she needed to be. So that's basically how it went down the whole night.
And how many girls said yes?
Everyone. Everyone said yes.
And I did speak with several friends of the attack victims. They tell me that the girls are recovering physically, but they're still having a difficult time getting over what happened to them. They say all of them just can't wait for an arrest to be made. In Gainesville, I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.
Here's another look at the suspected attacker seen here in the surveillance video. He's described as being in his mid-20s, between 6 feet and 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing between 200 and 250 pounds. If you know who this man is, you're being asked to call police.